Today, I would like to talk about legacy. And this isn't about the grand gestures that are made on the side of buildings and wings of hospitals, but this is the kind that is rather a quiet gesture that is made inside of a family. I would like to tell you about race number 7927. And it was written about in a blog article of mine some time ago. When we hear the word legacy, we often think of wealth, achievement, and buildings with our names on them. But over time, I've realized that legacy is much smaller and much bigger than all of that. Legacy is the mark that we leave on people, not the mark that we leave on history. It's relational, it's lived, it's passed hand to hand and heart to heart. In my own life, I've come to see legacy through three major roles. My role as a father, and as a husband, and now as a grandfather. It really arrives as grand gestures. It more arrives in quiet conversations, in small loving gestures, and in sometimes it arrives in the form of a race number. A few years ago, my daughter looked at me across the dinner table and said, "Dad, I want to run the Comrades marathon. Will you train me?" Now, for those who haven't lived in South Africa's running culture, the Comrades Marathon isn't just another marathon. It's a way of life. Training spills into your home. It takes over your weekends. It dictates your meals and even your sleep. It becomes a rhythm. But the deeper truth is this. She wasn't only asking for a training plan. She was asking for my presence, my guidance, my commitment. Now that's legacy already, even before the first kilometer. We trained gently at first and then a lot harder as June approached. She trusted my judgment. I knew just when to push and also when to pull back. And as I watched her wrestle fatigue and keep showing up, my respect for her grew. Then one evening, I asked her a question, one that I had kept tucked away at the back of my mind. If I can organize it, would you run in my number? That's number 7927. That is the number that I wore over 30 years earlier. The first time that I crossed the finish line in Durban, it was the number that changed the course of my life. And she didn't even hesitate. "Dad, I'd be honored." I had to think about breaking all the rules about permanent numbers. I hadn't run the Comrades Marathon 10 times and finished. I don't have 5 gold medals, and I certainly haven't won the race 3 times. So I had a bit of a problem there, but I did make the approach to the Comrades Marathon Association, and they very generously acceded to my request. And so it was, on a winter's day in Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban, that my daughter crossed the finish line wearing 7927. For me, seeing that number on her vest, it hit me. This is legacy. It's a small thing, but it's a small thing made big through love. That moment made me look differently at my whole family life. As a father, legacy isn't just what we tell our children. It's what we show them. It's being there when they need you. It's letting them stand on your shoulders without asking them to become your clone. It's teaching them how to navigate the hard roads, but allowing them to run their own race. As a husband, Legacy is the daily work of partnership. It's holding space for each other's strengths and failings. It's surviving the storms, but celebrating the small triumphs. It's the tone you set in a home, the emotional climate your children grow up breathing. And now, as a grandfather, legacy becomes, well, even quieter. It's the way a child runs into your arms. It's the stories you tell, the patience you offer, the humor that you bring. It's the reassurance that they belong and they're safe and that they're loved. And you start to understand that legacy isn't really forward-facing, it's circular. It flows from one generation to the next. But it also reflects back on your own parents, grandparents, and the other people that shaped you. From this simple story came 4 lessons I would like to leave with you today. Legacy is relational, not grandiose. Most of us won't leave behind empires, but we can leave behind courage, kindness, resilience, love. And these are the things that endure. Passing on the torch matters. Skills, stories, race numbers. These are the symbols of continuity. And when we hand them over intentionally, we hand over more than just objects. We hand over our own belief. Experience is stewardship, not dominance. Having gone before doesn't give us authority over someone. It gives us responsibility for them. Our job is to guide, not to overshadow. Ritual seals memory. The hug at the finish of a line. The Saturday coffees. The reading bedtime stories to grandchildren. Those rituals create emotional anchors, and they will last a lifetime. Every one of us carries a number, something handed to us deliberately, or sometimes even quietly, a value, a story, a piece of wisdom, a way of living. Someone believed in you enough to pass your torch that they once carried. And the real question is this: whose hands are you placing your number into? And how will you make that handover a moment filled with meaning, love, and intent? You see, legacy isn't built at the end of your life. It is built in the ordinary day, in an ordinary conversation. Sometimes it is built on a long run, step by step, kilometer by kilometer. Thanks for being here. And if this video has resonated with you, please like it, share it, and let me know in the comments. Keep on passing on your race number in whatever form that might take. Till next week, keep on keeping on.